Good morning, everyone, or good afternoon, actually. Sorry about that. Does everybody have a little how-to guide? Okay. Deja and Kathy are going to be passing those out. So if you don't have one, raise your hand, and we'll make sure that you get one. So I just want to clarify why we're here today. This is for the Proptia presentation to talk about the security software at the front gate. And so this software is an addition to what we already have now, which is basically nothing. We had just a clipboard with a pencil and a paper, and the front gate would write everybody's names down in their license plates. So this system is a little more high tech, and it offers the electronic, digitized data for everything that when they come into the gate. So all vendors, contractors, all of your friends, family, it will now track you as you go into the gate through license plate recognition. And it also allows for you as well, all of the families, to track all of your family as you come in. You can put it into the system and say, hey, my friend is coming in, put it into your phone or in your computer, and then the gate will already know that that person is coming in. So it eases up. If you still don't want to do it, you don't feel comfortable doing it, you don't have to. This is just an option, but we think it's a pretty neat and 21st century option. Well, that would probably be between both of you. But I want to thank everybody for being here today to learn more about the system, and we will hope to train you a little more if you're unsure and not familiar with it. We have Deja and Kathy will be here also to get it on your phones, and if you don't want to get it on your phone or you don't have a phone that it will work on, we can, you can get it on your computer as well. And I want to also thank Carol, because Carol was she spearheaded this program from the beginning, and this whole program has taken over a year to start. We've done research, and we felt this was the best system for our community. We already have, as you know, when you come in after hours, you dial the little phone. That is still in place, but we just have enhanced it with other options. And this company allowed us to add and take away or not do as much as we wanted or as much as we wanted. But Carol brought forth all of this. She coordinated with all of the vendors. She planned it, and so she is the expert in it. And so we're all here to listen to Carol of how the Proptia system works. And then afterwards, of course, Carol or I can answer questions, and then Deja and Kathy can help put it on your phones for you. So I'd like to welcome Carol.
Good afternoon, everyone. Just as a reminder, we are recording this so that if you want to view this at a later date, or for your fellow residents that cannot be here this afternoon, they can be able to view it as well. I will also be emailing all floor and street reps the how-to guide as well, so that way they can assist their fellow residents. So please, if you have not already done so, please silence your cell phones. You don't need to turn them off, but please do silence them. And does everybody now have a how-to guide, that how-to guide packet? All right, great. So a little bit more about Proptia. This is to improve safety and security for everyone and to improve efficiency at entry points of our community. We are excited to announce our partnership with Proptia and some upgrades such as, and some of the things that you probably have already noticed at both of our gates, both the Miller Road Gate and the Miller Road Gate, are the license plate reader cameras. So we can track entry and exit. So it covers both entry and exit of who's coming on board our community in our partnership with the Bexar County Sheriff's Office. And as all Lakeside residents are aware, and some of our Legacy side, we have new community access tags. So we fully upgraded our system, And we have it at both the front gate, so that way if you're coming in late after the gate already closes, you can come in without having to buzz yourself in and having the front desk let you in. And then the latest, which we're training you all today, is our visitor management software. We're moving away from, as what most people call, the stubby pencil and paper method. This also helps us track how many people are coming on board our community and who they are, such as a vendor, pharmacy, how many EMS response, fire, so on and so forth. We have been implementing this in stages and training our security staff, who have been very patient. We started off with making myself a resident and learning how the software works. Then moving on to our various departments and them adding their vendors and contractors, so that way we can track them coming in and leaving the community as well. And lastly, now all independent living residents having the control to make whoever is allowed to come and see you on board the property, whether it be loved ones or DoorDash delivery or an HEB delivery. However, it still remains all visitors coming into the high-rise are still required to sign in at the front desk. That is an emergency response protocol. All right, so prior to this presentation, I know some of you did call me, and hopefully all of you that have a valid email address have received the email from noreply@proptia.com to create your account. It has, your username is your email address, and they sent you a temporary password. I sent it out at 1 o'clock this afternoon. And don't forget to check your junk or spam email folders. It may have went in there. I will be showing you today both ways to be able to do this, both via the website at portal.proptia.com and also via the app, which if you have a viable mobile device, you can do it on there as well. But not to worry. If you no longer do computer or mobile device, you still can reach out to the front desk and let them know that you have a guest coming. Also, there are 2 computers in the resident lounge for resident use as well. So not to worry if you do no longer have email, if you don't use a computer, if you don't use a mobile device. There's still a viable option to let us know that you have someone coming to visit you. Make sure you add all your visitors, regardless of the length of the stay, whether it's a one-time visit or you have someone coming to stay in the guest room or a frequent flyer, because some of your family members live right here in San Antonio and come and visit you, whether you like it or not, on a daily basis or at least once a week. Oops. All right, so how to add a visitor via the website. So you're going to go to portal.proptia.com and you're going to log in and you're going to follow the directions that are in the how-to guide. So this is from the computer. So when you log in, this is going to be your landing page. And so what you're going to want to do hopefully you guys can see that red or purple button right there that says Add Visitor. You're going to click on Add Visitor.
This does not follow your handout, right?
Yeah.
Back to the first page. Back to the first page. Is page 2 also great? Is that the landing page or the Add Visitor?
We're now on the Add Visitor page. Let me see.
Capital letters are not on the handout.
It's going to be on the 3rd page, page 3.
Okay.
All right, so when you are on the Add Visitor page, You're going to make your first selections right here, selection 1. So it's either going to be a temporary visitor, such as a HEB grocery delivery, DoorDash, etc., or permanent, such as a loved one that's coming to visit you, that lives here in the local area, that's going to come and visit you rather frequently. Or the last one, hopefully you rarely use it, is a restricted. That is someone that you do not want to come on the property. So there is that option. So the next step is selection 2. Is you're going to want to put it as individual, and that is just an individual person to come on board the property. And then visitor type, which is selection 3, whether it be a guest or a vendor. Some of y'all, especially when you first move into the property, sometimes you get a furniture delivery. You can add them in there. So that way, as a vendor, to come on board and make their delivery to you. And then the next one is going to be select pass. So it could be temporary or permanent, family or friend, caregiver, there's different options. So just pick the one that relates to the person that you're putting in as a visitor. The next one, selection 5, is going to be, you're going to fill in their information. Their guest's first name, last name, their email address. The reason I bring up email address is that if they have a valid email address, you can send them an email with a QR code which security can scan for faster access to the community. And then you don't need the phone number, it's not required. And then the license plate, space number, etc., none of that information is necessary. If you want to, you can select what days they're allowed to come on property and fill in the dates as well. But again, that's not necessary. It will auto-populate based off of the information that you put up here, whether they're a temporary or permanent guest. Okay, so once all that's completed, if they have a valid email address, you can hit Save and Send ePass. If they do not have a valid email address, you could just hit Save. What that does is it saves them into Proptia. So when your guest comes up to the gate and they say, "Hi, my name is Mr. John Doe. I'm here to see Mrs. Jane Doe at apartment 511. They can enter in the visitor's name and see that they're already in the system and process them through. And then that way they're issued a pass and they can proceed through the gate. So this is it. That's as far as you need to go for adding a visitor in portal.proptia.com on the website. Okay. So I'm now going to move on to the app. Okay, so the app is available for both iPhone and Android devices. And in your welcome email, they also have the links to download the app as well. So you can, that way you don't have to search it in the store, so to speak. And you can go ahead and download it. And again, your username and temporary password, and once you create your permanent password, that will work as well. When you log in, you're going to go ahead, this is going to be your initial screenshot right here. And you're going to want to click on this purple plus sign right here. Okay? When you click on that purple plus sign, it's going to show up right here at the bottom with visitor or ticket. You're going to want to click that plus sign where it says visitor right there. And just like the website, you're going to be filling out the same type of information just on your mobile device. So again, you're going to want to select the type of pass, you're going to select the registration type, guest or vendor, and Again, the pass type, whether it be a family friend pass, a caregiver pass, so on and so forth. And again here, dates are not necessary. Send e-pass. Again, you can only send an e-pass if you enter in a valid email address for your guest, just for your awareness. And similar, you can enter in what specific dates that they can enter the community, but if they can enter at any time, you can just leave them as is. And then you're going to click next. And then again, the same information, guest first name, last name, their phone number is not required, email address again, so that way they can get that QR code. That's always helpful, and it expedites entry into the community. And then license plate and all that, parking space, all that information is not necessary. And then click Add Visitor at the bottom. Okay, so now that you've added your guests successfully, if they have a valid email address, this is what they're going to get. They're going to receive an email like you all did from noreply@proptia.com that looks like this. And then they're going to click this purple button right here that says see e-pass. So when they click on that purple button, they're going to get this QR code right here. And what we have learned during our evaluation process of this software is that if the person saves it to their photos or as a screensaver, it's much faster when they pull up to the gate and they just show it and the security scans it and it processes them in through the gate. So that's just a neat tip to know for your guests. Yes, sir.
Can we also save it to the wallet?
I have not tried that, but that's a great question. I will have to try that because I made myself a resident, so I'll try that out. He wanted to know if it was feasible to save the QR code to the Apple Wallet, and that I honestly don't know. I have not tried that yet.
But the QR code is only temporary.
The QR code lasts for the length of the pass. So for our permanent guests, those passes last 6 months. So they last for quite some time.
And at the end of 6 months,
It auto renews every time they make entry. It keeps moving that expiration date back.
So if we have a couple coming to visit, do we need to enter both?
You can either just at least one. If they're both in the same vehicle, you can add just one of the guests versus two.
if they have 2 cars,
Then enter both. Yeah. Then enter both.
what was the question?
He wanted to know about if they have their two own separate cars, and I said enter both.
But if there's 2 people in the car, we only need the driver, am I correct or not?
You can either enter in either person who's in the vehicle. Yes, ma'am.
If we didn't get the email, can you send it to us?
See me after the presentation. Yes. What's that? Yeah. Yeah. So they got the question over there.
I'm loud enough.
Okay.
Just say that. Apparently I need this. Geez,
question went out of my head. Who's getting old? I mean, we were talking about double entries and all of this. I mean, I'll let it go. It'll come back.
If they don't have this on their phone, what do they have to do to get in?
They would just need to let the security guard know their name so that way security can look them up in the computer system. There is a computer at the front gate.
Did you give them some kind of a pass or something?
Yes, a pass will be printed.
So there's still going to be a gate guard.
Yes, yes, we're keeping our security staff. We love them dearly. Sure.
Okay, on add visitor sheet, you have permanent and friend permanent. Would you explain permanent to me again?
Permanent means that they're going to be here frequently, that they're here daily, weekly, monthly. A temporary is like a one-time visit.
Okay, this is kind of a side question, but if your family already has those laminated family passes now, are they still going to be honored?
We are doing away from those. We need to have you guys to enter your guests into this system.
So those passes laminated are no longer?
They're still valid, but we do need we're going to be doing away with them. So that way we know that the people that you're allowing on this property are people that you want to have on this property. Because the problem is that as residents transition along the continuum of care, people are still keeping the passes even after their loved one passes away and coming on board the community.
This is not expediting entrance to the community by a relative who already has a pass.
And they'll still be allowed.
Show the pass and they come on in.
Yes.
Because they're registered.
Yes.
What you're doing is voiding that.
No, we're not voiding that. We're going to get them added. So as they come in, we're going to get them added into the Proptia system. Yeah.
I didn't hear what the question was.
No, this is not satisfactory.
Okay, why don't you tell us what the question is so I can hear it? I didn't hear it, and then I will answer it.
The question is, our daughter already has a pass.
Yes.
All right, so she's registered data and everything down there. Yeah, it's on. So she drives up to the gate and shows the pass and goes through the gate. Just like we have a sticker on that thing. Now what you're saying is that pass is no longer valid and they got to stop and check in the gate.
Well, even with the laminated passes, they're still required to check in at the gate because that's what the security was doing via pen and paper, was writing them down. So the laminated pass says that, yes, they're allowed to come on the property, but if you're not an ARC employee or a resident, you're not being documented on pen and paper. We're now electronically tracking guests and vendors and contractors at this now. We're getting away from pen and paper, so to speak.
No comment.
So let me clarify. We're not going immediately to this getting rid of the laminated passes. This will be a transition as everybody gets familiar with the new Proptia system. So we will give you time to log into the Proptia computer app, whatever, and get used to it, get familiar with it. If you don't have the Proptia app or a computer where you're unable to, then we will discuss that on a sidebar. Any more questions?
Yes, sir.
All right.
I don't have a question, it's just an observation. When you go in the back gate and open, it stays open a long time. I can drive in the back gate, stop at the stop sign, get to the top of the bridge before the gate finally closes. So if anybody really wanted to get in here, all they have to do is follow somebody else in, because how long the gate's open. That probably just needs to be decreased a little bit.
That is something that we are working on. Residents and employees have brought that to our attention, so we're still fine tuning that.
If you get the e-pass, my niece will come to visit me. If she gets the e-pass, can she print it and laminate it and use it multiple times?
I have not done it that way, so I honestly don't know. But when she comes through the gate, she's going to get a pass. And also, let me show you what the passes look like. So this is what the new passes look like, and it does have the QR code on them. So she would just keep it on her dashboard. When she's done with it, just put it away. When she comes in, just have her, show it, and security will be able to scan the QR code.
Are they dated?
These are dated, yes. And then again, like I said, permanent passes are 6 months in length. So it's not like they constantly have to get one every single time that they come through the gate.
At the end of 6 months, they will automatically get another.
Security at the front gate can issue them a new pass. They don't have to get another email. They can send it, they can print a new one. Security has that capability at the front gate. So if they scan it and it doesn't work, security has the capability of printing a new one. Yes.
If they have a 6-month pass,
Mhm.
and they don't, if they have a 6-month pass and they don't come until the 7th month, will the gate guard be able to reprint it, or does the host have to re-request it?
They should still be in the system, and so that way they can print a new pass. And just in case anyone did not hear the question, is if they don't come and visit for more than 6 months, do they have to be re-entered? The way we understand it is that so long as they are in the Proptia system, they're in the Proptia computer, security can go ahead and print a new pass.
Another question that just came up, I thought it was a good one, was your passes, your ARC stickers that are on your vehicles, that's not going away. Those are the same. You still will enter and leave. However, on this side of the residents, on this side, if you would like to get, and I believe Carol briefly got into it, there is an option to get an ARC tag, which will allow you to enter in the evening hours. So after 11 p.m., you can purchase an ARC tag, and the gates will automatically open. So if you want one, that's an option. If you don't, that's okay too. They will still buzz you in through the front gate. Yes, and that is a $25
gate.
option.
Yes.
And Carol will get you that sticker assigned to you. Yep. Oh,
Yes, ma'am.
and it will get you through the back gate. Thank you, Miss Martin.
You're saying that you do it electronically, you can download it on your phone, but if our daughter comes and has it on her phone, she has to stay at the front gate and wait for the security person to print out a hard copy?
Yes, that is correct, because that pass is going to go on the dashboard.
Okay, that's going to back up the front gate something terribly.
It should not. It should not. Because security, we've already been having them do this already for vendors and contractors. We've been integrating this into steps so that way we can time, because that was a concern about timeliness of processing at the gate, and it does not take that long of a time.
Yes, we've had at least, 6 months now that we've been working on this, and the security guards are well aware of how to use the system, and they've gotten very good at not holding up anybody at the gate.
I'm a little confused, which happens regularly now. We put them in the system. It's emailed to them. They get some sort of a tag or something. Is it a pass, or what exactly do they get? That little thing right there.
Yes.
But then I thought I heard you say when they get to the gate, they have to do something else. They have to give them something else.
Well, They're going to show this QR code up here on the screen, and we're going to print them a paper pass that's going to sit on their dashboard. The reason that is so that, as we all know, people take your parking space. So by having that on the dashboard, security or the front desk can pull this information up, find out who has taken your parking space on a rather quick and efficient notice, and get them out of your parking space. And that has not changed. For families and friends that have the current laminated passes, they are required for the duration of their stay to have that pass on their dashboard. And that simply helps us knowing who that vehicle belongs to. It's just like for the residents, that's the reason why you have those stickers on your windshield. And for employees as well, that's why they have the stickers on their windshield. And so that way, front desk and security, if there's a problem, we can identify who that vehicle belongs to rather quickly.
So they'll get this through the email, and then the security people will still give them a pass.
They will print them a pass, yes, sir.
So they have a pass and this.
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Our son usually comes to visit us in July.
Okay.
So how much in advance do you want us to put, I mean, there's no sense for me to put it in now if he doesn't come to
A month in
July.
advance is fine.
A month in advance?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Does the printed pass apply to permanent as well as temporary visitors?
Yes, sir, that's correct. He wanted to know if the printed pass applies to both temporary visitors and permanent visitors, and it does. Hey, Lori, we have somebody in the back right there.
There are 2 email addresses at our residence. Did each email receive this? Like my wife and I both have different emails. Did
Yes.
we both get an email?
Yes. Mhm.
Okay, thank you.
So if my son comes in here today, if my son comes in here today and he'll get a little printed pass. All right, so if he comes in tomorrow, does he have to get another pass or will he be able to use
Nope,
that?
he just shows the same pass.
'Cause
It
he'll
has
be-
the QR code on it.
Yeah, because he'll be permanent, so.
Yes.
Okay.
Mhm. Yep. No, not every single day. So these passes for permanent are good for 6 months. So they just need to hold on to them. And so when they come back through the gate, they're going to show security that, and it has the QR code, and security's just going to scan it.
You've made an assumption of sanity in our family members. Let's presume that a family member leaves with donuts to bring over here and forgets the piece of paper that may have come to them as an email. If they give their name to the guard, or what's the process if they do not have it?
You are correct. They give their name and who they're here to see. And they can look it up. Absolutely. Security has the capability of looking it up by residents, the resident name, the property address, and obviously the visitor name. So there's 3 separate options for them to be able to find them.
What about individual, maybe one-time vendors like Via or Lyft or Uber or a taxi? We won't know a lot of that information, and we may not have made the arrangement more than a few hours before.
What we do is you could put John Doe. Or you could just put, like, for Uber and DoorDash, you could just put Uber driver. You could put Uber as the first name, driver is the last name. Yes. Yeah. She wanted to know if we could do the same exact thing for Walmart and other companies. And yes, that is correct.
What are these things called?
QR codes.
The pass is called QR code?
A pass is a pass, but what they're showing is the QR code. Yeah.
But it doesn't have a special name.
No.
Any more questions? Okay.
I have the pass right here. This is a sample.
You said earlier.
I wanted to show what a physical one looked like.
You said earlier that the pass was good for 6 months and it renewed automatically each time the person came through.
Mm-hmm.
So that means it doesn't ever expire until the person moves or something like that. Just keeps renewing.
Yes, sir, that's correct.
Okay.
He was asking about the permanent passes. They automatically, the expiration date keeps moving forward every time the person comes to visit.
You also have a license plate reader out there, don't you?
Yes.
Why do they have to show a QR code if the license plate reader is telling the guard who that person is?
The license plate reader is for us to know what license plates are coming on board the community. And so we're attaching it to the pass, the QR code. And so we won't know who it physically belongs to unless, so it's like, say, if we have somebody that's came through the gate but they weren't registered in, we would have to reach out to the Bexar County Sheriff's Office and pay money to find out who that vehicle belongs to.
But how did they get in then, if they're not in the system?
Well, as one resident brought up, is if there's a gate runner at the Miller Road gate. So say if somebody, because of the length of the gate opening, if they can run through the gate, then we have a license plate capture.
It just seems like we're doing redundant work here. If you've got a license plate reader and a QR code.
The license plate reader is strictly for our information. It doesn't tell us who the vehicle actually belongs to unless we attach a name to it.
In the system, though, if we do a permanent visitor, it's a name and a license plate number.
The license plate is not a piece of required information. You can add it, but it's not a required.
Well, so the license plate, when it comes in at first, we don't know who to attach it to. It just pops up as there's a vehicle with a license plate. That's it. We don't know unless it attaches to a QR code or a vendor that's coming in later or a family member. Correct, Carol? If the vendor or the family member keeps coming in, then it will know. But in the beginning, it's not going to know. Well, you don't have to put in the license plate number. Yes. Yes, then it will.
Let me see if I'm clarifying this a little bit better. What's happening is through this, and I know this because I just had this happen to us in Florida when we visited, I will send my daughter a text that will have that on it, that QR code, in an email. She will come to the gate. We don't have a reader here. They're the head reader of the barcode, but they will show that barcode to the gate. The gate will then issue her a pass. She will never use that barcode again. She will have the pass in her car, which goes on forever and ever, however. And that's how it is. So don't get confused with the barcode. That's only a one-time thing. Am I missing something?
No, you're not missing it, because once you're already in the Proptia system, you're in it. And that's what's important, is to put your guests into the system.
Also, perhaps to clarify, my children are coming over Easter. They're going to be driving a rental car. They are not driving their own car. Nobody has any idea what that license plate is. So if it was just a license plate reader, there's no way they could attach that license plate to a resident. If you whether you put it on or not. So the license plate reader serves one function. These serve another function. And if they do coincide on occasion, that's fine, but they're not always going to relate to one another.
Yes, that's true, because a lot of residents or family members fly in and have a rental car every single time, right? So that's when it will come in to have the QR code. Any other questions?
Yes, ma'am.
If we have to do one for a vendor, and I do one for HEB, and she does one for HEB, and she does one for HEB, how many UR codes or passes is that one driver going to have?
What was that? I didn't catch it.
So she asked if every resident in this aisle did an HEB order, right? Separate orders and with the same driver, and they all inputted it. That's fine. It would be okay.
But I mean, does he have how many different passes or?
The QR.
For HEB deliveries, please don't sweat it with sending an email address or anything like that. You could just put that it's an HEB delivery. We don't even give our HEB delivery drivers a pass. We don't. But what matters is that we know that they're specifically coming to deliver to you. Amazon, you don't have to worry about it because they're coming for mass deliveries. You do not need to worry about Amazon. But if you're getting like an HEB grocery delivery order, absolutely, yes, please let us know that you're going to be getting an HEB grocery delivery. Okay. 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 So now that you guys have the how-to guides, and I see that a lot of you have been very, very busy on your mobile devices. For those of you who genuinely need assistance, you guys are absolutely free to go and see Deja and Kathy for further assistance for on your mobile device. And then we do have 2 computers in the resident lounge for resident use if need be. And then again, if you still genuinely need help, we can assist you. But any other questions?
What if it's not genuine?
Is the computer club going to provide assistance as well?
Yeah, okay.
Yes, computer club will provide help.
All right. Thank you, everyone, for your time and attention. I really greatly appreciate it. And I hope you all have a great rest of your afternoon.